Hi, my name is Natasha Snyder. I work for the Department of Literature and Languages here at ETSU and also in the Center for Academic Achievement. And today I'm going to share with you some tips for successful last-minute proofreading. Proofreading well is one key to a great paper. The reality is, though, that you may find yourself proofreading your best paper on the bus in the morning before you turn it in. Ideally, every paper will be proofread at least twice, once by the writer and once by a friend, tutor, or classmate. However, if that's not possible, you can still be confident of having a great paper if you just follow some easy steps. First of all, don't try to proofread the minute you finish writing. You need to give the paper a little time to breathe and your brain a little time to disconnect from it. So leave it alone for a couple of days and go back to it with clean, fresh eyes. The next thing is, if you normally proofread your work on the computer, go ahead and print it out. The visual reinforcement of the paper in your hand will help you to see it in a more holistic, less piecemeal sort of way. You need to read your paper through from the beginning to the end before you start marking it up so that you have an idea of exactly what it was you had to say. And read slowly. Pay attention to the sound of the words. If you read at your normal, trying to get through it in a hurry speed, you don't really give your eyes enough time to take in what's actually on the paper. You have a tendency to see what you know you meant instead of what you actually typed. The next thing is to read it aloud to a friend and ask them to signal you without stopping you if you get to a passage that just doesn't sound right or where they lose the sense of what it is you're saying. When they signal, you can just mark that section for a closer look. If there's no way you can get someone else to listen, still read your paper aloud. Read it to your dog, read it to your doll tea set, read it to the mirror, but read it aloud because just hearing the words out loud a lot of times will help you to find sections that need a second look, possibly because of awkward phrasing, missing or doubled words, or misused words. This is also a nearly foolproof way to spot those run-on sentences. The next thing to do is to start at the back of your paper. Read forward one sentence at a time to thoroughly check for spelling mistakes. Reading each sentence out of context will help you to focus on the individual words and the look of the words instead of just what you meant to write again. It's really important to keep a proofreading checklist or a journal. Most writers make the same sort of mistakes over and over again. So if you keep a journal of those things, whether it's spelling, changing tenses in the middle of a paragraph, verb agreement, run-on sentences, or other simple mistakes, you know what your tendencies are and you know to be especially vigilant to check for those. And read several times through so that you can focus on a separate problem each run through. First look for overall content and sentence structure issues, then word usage, and then spelling and punctuation. The most important thing to do is not to be reading your paper for proofing on the bus on the way to class. Leave yourself enough time. Proofreading, like everything else in life, is not instant, and last-minute work generally looks like last-minute work. I hope this will help you. Thank you very much.